Tears are part of being human. They fall in moments of grief, disappointment, loneliness, and even relief. Sometimes we cry because the weight of life feels too heavy. Other times because we sense God's presence deeply. Tears in Scripture are not signs of weakness, but of intimacy with God. Psalm 56:8 tells us, "You have kept count of my tossings. Put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your record?" Every tear you shed matters to God. He does not overlook them. He treasures them. Mary, the Mother of Consolation, knows the language of tears. She wept at Calvary as she stood at the foot of the cross. She wept quietly in prayer when she could not find the young Jesus in the temple. She wept as a mother, as a woman of faith, as one who felt deeply the pain of her son and the suffering of the world. Today, we turn to Mary not only as Queen of Heaven, but as our tender mother who draws near to us in our sorrow. She does not remove our tears instantly, but sits with us in them, dries them gently, and points us toward Christ, the source of eternal consolation. The Gospels show us Mary standing at Calvary, standing by the cross of Jesus where his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. John 19:25, notice the word standing. Mary did not collapse in despair, nor did she flee in fear. She stood firm, present, silent. Her heart was pierced by sorrow, yet she remained faithful. This is why she is called the Mother of Consolation. She knows suffering intimately, but she does not drown in it. Instead, she holds space for others. She becomes a presence of peace amidst the greatest darkness. In your own suffering, picture Mary standing beside you, not trying to explain away your pain, not rushing to fix it, but simply being there. This is the essence of consolation. Presence. At Calvary, Jesus gave Mary to us as mother. Woman, behold your son. Behold your mother. John 19:26-27. From that moment on, Mary became our mother in a new way, a mother who comforts us in every sorrow because she herself has walked through the valley of tears. What does it mean to be consoled? It does not mean that problems vanish or that suffering disappears overnight. True consolation is deeper. It is the gift of hope in the midst of sorrow. Mary consoles us by her presence. She stays near when others leave. Her tenderness. She receives our pain without judgment. Her prayer. She intercedes, lifting our cries to Christ. Her example. She shows us how to suffer with faith. Think about your own life. What are the tears you carry? Perhaps grief for a loved one lost, loneliness and family struggles, fear of the future, regret for past mistakes. Mary does not tell you to suppress these tears. Instead, she invites you to let them fall into her hands as she brings them to her Son and her. Sorrow is not wasted. It becomes a channel of grace. The Church has always recognized Mary as Consolatrix Afflictorum, consoler of the afflicted. Countless saints, mystics, and ordinary believers testify that when they turned to Mary in tears, they found strength to endure. Let's enter into a moment of prayer. Find a quiet space. Breathe slowly. Imagine you're holding a small jar in your hands. Inside are your tears, the visible and invisible ones. Now picture Mary approaching you. Her eyes are filled with compassion. She takes the jar from your hands and presses it gently to her heart. Pray with me. Mary, Mother of Consolation, you know my sorrows. You stood at the cross and felt the deepest pain a mother can feel. Stand with me now. Take my tears, seen and unseen. Dry them with your love. Bring me to Jesus, who alone can heal my wounds. Teach me to trust that my suffering, united with his, is never wasted but becomes redemptive. Mary, sit with me in my loneliness, strengthen me in my grief, and lead me to the peace of your Son. Pause here. Allow yourself to feel Mary's presence. If you need, speak to her directly. Mary, I miss someone I lost. Mary, I am afraid of being alone. Mary, I don't understand this suffering. Let the prayer flow naturally. Remember, every tear is already known by her, and she carries it into the heart of Jesus. How can we live Mary's gift of consolation in our everyday lives? Be present for others. Just as Mary stood at the cross, we are called to stand with those who suffer. Even when we have no answers, offer gentle words. Consolation is not about fixing, but about affirming. Love. A simple, I am here for you, can heal. Pray with the sorrowful, bringing others into prayer. Even briefly opens a window of grace. Serve quietly. Small acts of kindness, a meal, a visit, a note, reflect Mary's tenderness. Let yourself be consoled. Do not be ashamed of needing comfort. Allow others, and especially Mary, to care for you. The world often tells us to hide tears, to appear strong. But Mary shows us that tears can be holy, that in our vulnerability we encounter God's strength. What happens when Mary dries our tears? Peace enters, not necessarily the absence of problems, but the assurance that we are not alone. Strength grows. Sorrow no longer paralyzes us, but draws us deeper into love. Hope rises. We begin to believe again in God's promises. Compassion expands. Those consoled become consoler. Many saints who leaned on Mary in sorrow became powerful instruments of consolation for others. Saint Bernadette, who suffered poverty and illness, always said Mary's smile at Lourdes was her greatest strength. Saint John Paul II, who lost his mother young, always clung to Mary as his source of comfort. When Mary dries your tears, she does not erase your story. She transforms it. Your wounds, touched by her maternal love, can become sources of healing for others. Today, we entrust our tears to Mary, Mother of Consolation. She stands with us in sorrow, not as a distant queen, but as a tender mother. She does not judge our weakness, she embraces it. She does not silence our grief. She dignifies it. With Mary, tears become prayer, suffering becomes seed. Loneliness becomes communion. As we close, let us whisper, Mary, Mother of Consolation, dry my tears, hold my heart, and lead me to Jesus.